Hey you guys, welcome back. So today we're just going to be working on some stuff that I'm pulling out of my stash because my hoard is getting crazy. So all we're going to do is paint the base of this brush, and we're going to be using Moss Waverly chalk paint, and I'm probably going to use Moss throughout this whole video in case I forget to mention it. So I did a quick little paint job, and then I'm going to use the IOD-adornment stamp, and we're just going to stamp the side of my little brush just to give it a little cute detail. And I am using this grid sticky paper because my stamps are a little dirty, so they're not sticking to the sheet that it comes with. So I'm just going to use this, and I'm just inking up my stamp, and we're just going to stamp the bottom of the brush. And I do seal it up with some clear Rust-Oleum spray paint, and then I'm just gonna put the word junk with these marquee letters that I got at the thrift store, and look how cute. It just makes a cute little shelf sitter. So this next one, I'm going to repurpose this little cubicle box. It came out of a Melissa and Doug puzzle set. I did get it from the bins. This idea, I actually got it from Shayna Repurposing. No, it's Shayna Robinson Repurposing. She painted some of these up and used them as little cubbies or like shadow boxes, and I thought it was so cute. I'm going to do mine a little bit different. I'm just going to add a little detail on top. This is a mold out of the Crescent IOD mold. I'm going to glue that down with some Titebond, and then I will give it a paint job. So after my 2 coats of paint, I wanted to stamp these sides with the Adornment IOD stamp. I end up using this thick part. The only thing is I didn't take into consideration the lip from the top. So I wasn't able to stamp the top because it wasn't going to line up with the sides. I was going to paint over it, but I just ended up leaving it. And I still think it came out cute. If it ends up not selling, I don't mind keeping it. And that is basically it for this one. I gave it a coat of clear spray paint to seal it all up. And here it is all styled. This would make a cute little shelf for some little minis. Or like me, I have these little small pictures that are white. They look so cute in there with some spools. And there's just so many things you can add into these. So this is a cute little riser that I created for a riser show I had during the week. I ordered these finials. I think they come like in 6 for $13 off of Amazon. I glue them down to the bottom using some Titebond. I shoot a nail through to make sure they don't go anywhere, and then we will get into painting. So to stain the wood, I'm going to use some Waverly Antique Wax. I'm basically brushing it on and wiping it back almost immediately. Then I'm going to give it a dry brush with some chalk paint. I think it is the color Ivory. Using a chippy brush, you basically dip your brush in your paint and then take off as much paint off you offload on a napkin. And this just basically gives you like a Hobby Lobby Pottery Barn look, which I kind of love. So here it is. It is sealed up with some clear wax, and I think this one came out so cute. So I know right now that fairy lamps are a big deal, and even on Whatnot, there are some sellers like creating their own take on fairy lamp. This is my take. I'm just going to use this wood base. I'm going to give it a paint job using the same moss color. Then I'm going to distress it, and basically that is pretty much it. I don't glue anything down for this one. I just think it makes a great, how they say, a marriage for home decor. So here it is, just giving it a quick paint job with the color moss. So I distress it to bring back some of that dark color, seal it up with some clear paint, and here is the end result. I do end up using a candle, but I don't recommend that. I just did it for a couple seconds for the video, and then I turned it off. And look how pretty. You can get some good ambiance. I want to get a battery candle to light this up, and I think it came out so pretty. What do you guys think? So this here is a box I picked up at the Goodwill bins. It had I think it had a TJ Maxx sticker on it, so I'm assuming it had like, I think it said paper clips or something, but it is wood, so I'm giving it a paint job, same color, and then we are just gonna make a cute little riser shadow box. So to attach my little salvage spindle piece, I'm using some Titebond. I let this set up, and then I do end up shooting a nail through it just to make sure that it stays and goes nowhere. So I'm gonna also add a mold to this one. I think this is out of the same crescent mold. I already painted it because I don't want to bore you guys watching me paint. I glue it on with some Titebond, and this just makes an adorable little shadow box for a little mini vignette. So here's the end result. Most of these little upcycles are going to be available on Monday for Creative Rescue. I don't remember the time. It is hosted by At Home with Chris. She is also here on YouTube, and Charming Appeal, Miss Tracy, which is also here on YouTube. You can find them both on Whatnot as well, and these will be loaded in that show for Monday. So here is another marriage. I wanted to use this cloche, but I just didn't like how it didn't fit right into that I guess the little space where a cloche used to be. So I was torn between this and the wooden bowl or turning it over, but I didn't like that either. So I ended up doing something else, which I absolutely loved how it turned out. So we're going to speed through the painting. Then I decided that I was going to make another little lamp. So I went to my stash. I know that I had this lamp piece that has some hand painted flowers on it. I'm going to use that and just set that on top. And then I grabbed this little finial that fits perfectly on top of this little, I don't know, I guess this is like a lamp cover. I went ahead and painted the finial the same color. Then I'm going to glue it onto the top of my lampshade. And I don't know, I was torn between leaving that plate there, gluing it down, or just not using it. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I left it. I think it came out super cute. But yeah, I don't know if I want to glue it down or not. Let me know what you guys think. So look how perfect that finial fits on top. I do end up gluing that down with some JB Weld. But before I do that, I'm going to get some rub and buff and just bring out some of those details with some gold. I hit those bottom details, and I also get a little bit on the top of the finial. And I think this just brings it all together, especially with the plate that has a gold on it. Even if I end up not using it, I did add a little bit to the base that I painted green as well. So yeah. So as I mentioned, I am going to glue the top finial piece, and I am going to use some JB Weld. This stuff stinks. You basically mix equal parts, and then I add it with a little popsicle stick to my edge of the shade, and then I glue the finial on. This is the best stuff I've used to, I think I said this in the last video, to glue like cloche tops on. Like, they don't go anywhere, so I really trust this glue. And since I do sell my stuff, I want to make sure that everything is intact. And to light it up, I do want to mention that I used a rechargeable light bulb from Amazon, and it works out perfect. So that is basically it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed what I created here. If you want to join me on Whatnot, I am live a couple days a week over there. I will add the link down below. If you like what you see, please follow me to support this channel. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Let me know what you guys think of this one, because it was my favorite. I love it. I don't know. I might sell it, I might not, but we'll see. Bye guys. You have a good Easter weekend, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.